Welcome back to the channel. We are all geared up and ready to go motorcycle camping, but first stopping for lunch here at Terry's Tavern, right on the water. Say cheese. Lunch was actually amazing. I am still doing no alcohol for 30 days and low carb, but Manny is with me. We're heading to the campground and he got a burger. How was your burger?
Pretty good.
It looked really good. So if you guys watched my last motorcycle camping video, you'll know that I had to leave the same day I set up camp. I suffered from severe heat exhaustion and dehydration, and I was not fit to camp in an area without any cell service. So I have been needing a redemption camping trip. It has just been so ungodly hot, and I have been ungodly busy. So I got my good friend Manny behind me. He decided to go camping with me tonight also, and Jordan didn't want to go. He just wasn't really feeling it. He wanted to stay home and relax, and I cannot blame him. You know, it's kind of hard to justify going on camping trips when you still pay a mortgage, you know? It's like, I don't want to go sleep outside. I have a house. But we got our fishing gear and just hoping that we get to relax, hang out, set up camp, and catch some fish today. So I'm heading back down to the AEP Recreation Lands. I do believe this is officially a part of the Ohio Department of Natural Resources. It is still free to camp. You just have to fill out a waiver. So we're pulling up on it. It should be at the campground in about 5 minutes. And hopefully there's a good campsite. Really hoping there's a good campsite. There is no reservations, first come, first serve. All right, let's go find camp. Sand Hollow, Campground C. Alrighty. So one thing that I wanted to do on this camping trip this time, because usually y'all know me, I just like to I like to sit around my campfire, drink a beer, and have some fun. But since I'm not drinking alcohol, I'm giving myself a 30-day reset after Sturgis. Brought my fishing pole, like to go hiking through some of the hiking trails here, and actually do like outdoorsy stuff, you know? Usually I just want to go camping so that I can hang out by a campfire and have a couple drinks, but not gonna do that tonight. I got 11. I got 11 days left until I can have a beer again, and I'm counting down the days. Let's check this one out. This looks nice. Ooh, this looks real nice. So definitely a couple areas to access the water.
Yeah.
I could have brought my hammock. All right, I think we found our site. Oh man, that's beautiful. My bad. I think we just interrupted a girl journaling. I said I think we just interrupted a girl journaling.
Yeah.
Just, you know, trying to live her best life, and here comes these two motorcyclists. All right, let's set up some camp. Right, got everything all set up. Got our paperwork filled out and hung up at the front. Manny is already casting a line in. So this is his tent. I love it. Jordan actually has one like this as well. It's like the Instant Pop. And then my tent's over there in the blasted sun. He's not sleeping right there. He wanted to sleep down by the water, but let's just show you what we discovered as we walked over here to set up camp. Totally missed it in the GoPro when I first walked over here with my helmet on. I don't know if it's showing up on camera, but that is a yellow jacket nest. Huh. I'm not catching anything with this lure. So, I'm gonna see what else I got. There's a lot of moss here. I kind of just want to put something on a bobber and see if they'll hit that. Let's try it out. Also, if you guys are interested in this collapsible fishing pole that I fit on my motorcycle, I'll link it down in the description. Let's go try out the bobber. Well, we did not have any luck catching fish. So we realized there is a hiking trail right across from our campsite. So we're gonna go hike through the woods. Coming?
Yep.
Still in motorcycle gear. Uh-oh. Looks like we got some police officer lights off in the distance. Very overgrown.
A bit.
I'll follow you. Seems like one of those single file type of trails.
Maybe.
I wonder what happened. I didn't know this hike would include a hill.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Damn it, Manny.
Like I said, we can go as slow as you want.
Oh, well, that hike didn't last long because it just went straight vertical, and I didn't want to do that. So I think we're just gonna enjoy being not hiking up a hill right now. So Manny and I didn't really bring any food tonight because we realized we're pretty close to a town that has a lot of really great restaurants. So we're actually heading into town right now and we're gonna try out some of those restaurants. But just look at how pretty that lake is. So these are some really, really beautiful roads in this area. I'm actually gonna show you guys on a map where I'm at, and this is the ODNR, what used to be the AEP recreation lands, down towards like McConnellsville and towards Wayne National Forest, but not quite that far south. But you might recognize a pretty popular landmark up here in a second, especially if you're a motorcycle rider in the state of Ohio. So if you guys don't know what this is the Big Muskie Bucket. All right, let's hop off the motorcycle and get a closer look. Okay, guys, just to put it into perspective, these are the chain links for the bucket, and this is my hand. That's a big ass bucket. That's a big bucket. Manny, go stand in there for perspective so people can see how big it is.
Got a family grip.
Yes. It's pretty big. Thank you. So this is the Miners Memorial and Big Muskie. That is the name of this bucket. So if you guys don't know, this entire area was basically strip mined and coal mined way back in the day, and they have since basically given the land back to the state, and it is now used for recreational purposes, but there's still a lot of history here. And this is the coal miners, or just the Miners Memorial. Obviously mining is a very dangerous job, and couldn't think of a more beautiful way to showcase their memorial. Well, that was cool just to stop and see Big Muskie real fast. It's been a while since I've been back there, but look at this beautiful weather, you guys. Oh, I wish you could feel it. It is still kind of humid, so of course I was like setting up my campsite sweating, and I'm like, why? Why do I always have to sweat when I set up my campsite? But man, now that we're in the breeze, it feels like beautiful, like 55 degrees. Oh, love it. Alright guys, this is the sad truth of trying to eat low carb. Got a naked burger and some cottage cheese. Manny got a delicious... What is that?
I don't remember. Texas melt?
Texas melt. And water, of course. Cool view though. So my dinner was obviously a little lackluster. Manny's looked really good, but we were just talking about how, you know, you could have a pretty mediocre restaurant, but as long as you're on the water, you get brownie points. So that place is definitely somewhere I will 100% go again. So we're making our way back to camp, hoping and praying that all of our stuff is still there. And to go enjoy a campfire, maybe do some nighttime fishing. But we are on an official Ohio scenic byway, and this road has just been so enjoyable. I wish I was on something different. I wish I was on something with more power and less knobby tires. Okay, well, we just got back to camp and it could not be any more beautiful out right now. The sun is just peeking over the horizon, casting like beautiful light, beautiful shadows, and this is like probably the best spot I think I've ever had. Manny might have a better spot than I do, but I can't complain. Well, I picked up some firewood. I brought my Duraflame logs again, not cooking over it this time, even though they say you can safely cook over them. Had to pick up some firewood. I think I only have like 6 splinters in my back, so let's go ahead and unload the firewood. I'm gonna use my gloves because they're pretty splintery. Yeah. Wood. All right, so I remembered just now that I have one of these. I think they're called ferro rods. Guys, correct me if I'm wrong. I can't remember off the top of my head. But I've never really actually used one before because I'm a glamper and I bring lighters with me everywhere I go. And I always check my lighters to make sure they work. So I have this little tiki torch with like, you know, bug fluid in it, citronella stuff. And I'm gonna see if I can light it with the ferro rod. I keep wanting to call it a dowsing rod, but that's when you speak to spirits when they cross. Okay.
Or
right.
looking for water. Dowsing rods.
I guess, technically. I just want to talk to ghosts. Not really. Let's see if this works. So it's well oiled. Should ignite. Hey! I almost broke it. Me make fire. All right, now that that's lit, it's time to get a good old fire going. So, like I said in the last video, of course that one has bird shit on it, so you can't read it. Right here, do you see that? Roast. Stack, roast, relax. Meaning wieners, marshmallows, you can cook over this. I'm not making it up. pretty much dark outside now and the mosquitoes are awful. So I think it's time to crawl into bed and read my book. Well, good morning. If you can't once again tell from the bags under my eyes, I didn't sleep that great. Manny, how did you sleep?
Pretty terribly.
Yeah.
I just slept on a rock.
Manny doesn't have any sleeping. Did you even have a pillow?
No, I used a jacket. The elbow armor makes a great elbow.
Oh my gosh. Manny doesn't even have like an air mattress or a pillow or anything, so he literally just slept on the ground in a sleeping bag on a hill. I don't pity you, my friend. We just got a fire going. It's pretty nice out, kind of humid, but pretty nice. And I'm gonna make some coffee. Fridge filter yesterday. I thought there was some asshole parked out in our little site last night, and it was like shining their headlights in my tent. So I finally like looked outside, like what the hell is going on? And it was the full blue moon. And I'm once again, super disappointed in this piece of crap because I was trying to film a night lapse mode. I had 63% battery. It should have been enough to at least get through a little bit of a night lapse, and it didn't record anything. So time to start packing up, and I'm actually pretty stoked because everything that I brought with me to sleep, my sleeping bag, my tent, rain fly, ground tarp, everything fit into this waterproof Zero bag. So I'm gonna shove it all back in here and get it strapped to the bike. Okay, well, we just finished packing up. Manny's all packed up and no bee stings, which is awesome. We got to go down to the lake and get some water to put out this little fire back here. But all in all, some weird things happened last night, honestly. Like, I'll include some of that clip in here if you can hear it. But it was a full supermoon last night, and there was just some oddball characters at this campground. So this might be the last time I go solo camping here, even though Manny was with me, so I wasn't technically solo camping, but it was pretty eye-opening. All in all, nothing bad happened, just weird. So we went to dinner last night in McConnellsville and noticed that there is a super cool diner/cafe. So we already had coffee. There's never too much coffee in the morning when you're done camping. So let's go ahead, hit the road, and check out McConnellsville again. All in all, I think I slept pretty good. I was on a tiny hill, so I kept like rolling over and waking up in weird places. But yeah, we were chatting with the groundskeeper guy this morning. It sounds like they have a lot of really exciting plans for this place. Unfortunately, since It's free, and it's kind of in an area of Ohio that has a pretty serious drug issue. Like, not to bring this video down, but it really does have like kind of a serious drug issue down here, and there's no cell service. There's nobody really patrolling the grounds. At least there didn't used to be. And so sometimes people just come down here and do whatever the hell they want and get away with it. So that is very beautiful. But anyway, we slept pretty good. The super moon did freak me out for a second, thinking that somebody was like shining their lights in my tent. But other than that, I had a good time. I miss drinking beer by the fire, and I wish I caught a fish. I suck at fishing. I love doing it, but I suck at it. So we were looking up places to eat dinner last night, and this little Bluebell diner popped up, and it looked amazing. Unfortunately, I'm still doing my intermittent fasting, so I don't eat breakfast anymore. But for those of you who have been paying attention with, me trying to better my life after Sturgis, I have lost 10 pounds, so that's pretty exciting. Things are fitting better, and I'm not looking so damn puffy. Yeah, I hope you guys have been enjoying this video. It's a little different from my normal scenic ones, but this is way more of a better, like, realistic representation on, like, actually camping and what I do when I go camping, especially with a friend. Alrighty, so we just parked in this like super tiny small town parking place. There's no public parking, and we had to pay at a meter with actual change. Luckily Manny had change. I had nothing, so I was like, I guess I'll pay for a ticket. But this place looks so cute. Bluebell Diner.
I have a monstrous sweet tooth.
How is it?
Okay.
Good. Smells good. This is my breakfast. That was actually a really delicious coffee. Your breakfast looked amazing, but now it's time to head home and edit this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing to the channel, and until my next one, you be good, and I'll see you later. I think so. It was a little people-y, but yeah.
Alright. So, did you guys happen to hear anything, commotion or anything going on last night?
Definitely heard people talking, walking by. We went to bed at like 9, so I just kept hearing people like drive by. And then it sounded like a dog barking before we went to bed, but it also sounded like a man barking like a dog. So I'm not sure.
It surprised me too much.
Well, he asked if we like heard anything, and I was like, I've only been camping. I've only camped here 4 times, and last night was definitely like the weirdest.
Yeah, that was a super moon, so.
Yeah,
super blue moon at that.
Yeah.
Well, I got a call from the camper host around 11 o'clock last night, well, twice, and a text I seen this morning. I was like, she's like, we have a problem. Just give me a call. I'm like, if it's a problem, you got to call LE, not me. I'm not law enforcement. If there's an actual problem,
Yeah.
you get a hold of officers.
We did see the law enforcement officer here yesterday.
Well, I called him yesterday because the lady put her SUV in the ditch. I don't know if you guys saw that.
We didn't even walk down there.
Yeah, she was trying to get us to help her get it out of the ditch. Like, what am I going to do?
Right, yeah. And it's one of those scenes. I was like, you know what? Let me call an officer to assist you.
Was there an incident?
Something happened. I don't know what. I haven't called her yet because I didn't even see everything until this morning. So, well, apparently she has a husband who took off missing. So I was like, okay.
Oh, yes. Okay, so no, I don't know for sure. I forgot all about the random shirtless dude last night. Yeah, he was down there fishing. I was up here just filming some of the pretty sunset. And out of the blue, because it was dark, it was like getting really dark. And I hear someone, and I turn around, I had my hood up, and I turned around and I looked, and there's this like random shirtless dude walking down. He's like, hey, blub, 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 blub. And I was just like, hey, and he was like, blub, blub. I couldn't hear what he was saying, and I was just like, nope, 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 nope. And I started walking down towards where he was standing, and he was like, hey, hey, and I was like, nope, nope, nope. I just kept walking. So luckily he kept walking also, but yeah, he seemed a little not normal.
Yeah, that whole scene with that was weird.
Yeah, this one, yeah. Last night was, I mean, like, we seriously could not figure out if it was a dog barking or a man
Yeah.
barking like a dog, and it just kept. It wasn't like a couple times. He
Probably
was like,
both.
yeah,
It was
it was like they were arguing with each other, the dog and the man. Like
Yeah.
that's what. And he was just screaming. I was like, what the fuck?
That's probably what the issue was then.
That was around like 8:30.
Yeah, that was earlier.
9 o'clock.
Yeah, I don't know why she would have called me that late.
Yeah, she was over here when we came in. She was like hiding off in the bushes, just sitting by the water, because we pulled in and got off our bikes and looked around to see if this would be a good place to camp. And he walked down in the water because we wanted to fish, and he looked over. He's like, "Oh, hey, this is a random woman just sitting by herself." I was like, "Oh shit."
But that's what I wanted to see if you guys, if I get some kind of inside information.
Yeah, the only info I have is at 2:30 in the morning I was woken up and there were just tons of cars driving back and forth and
Yeah.
a couple people walking and talking.
Like I said, this is only the second time I've been here with someone else. Usually I come by myself, and this was the weirdest one. I was like, yeah, this was too weird. I'm not coming back alone.
Well, alrighty, thank you.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Please come back.
Yeah, we'll do that.
We'll be back.
There's no solo trips.
Yeah, no. It was odd.
It was fun.